Fellow time travelers, welcome back to S Historia. I'm your historical guide, ready to take you on an incredible journey through the corridors of time. Today, we're diving into mysteries that will absolutely blow your mind. Ancient technologies so advanced they seem almost impossible, and discoveries so recent they're still making headlines around the world. But here's what will shock you. Some of these innovations were created thousands of years before we thought they were possible. Before we unlock these mind-bending secrets, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss the historical revelations we're about to uncover. Picture this scene with me. 5,000 years ago, in the mystical lands of ancient India, something extraordinary was happening in the skies above. According to the ancient Sanskrit texts called the Vedas, magnificent flying machines called vimanas were soaring through the heavens, carrying passengers between cities and even to distant planets. But here's the mystery that has baffled researchers for decades. Were these vimanas merely mythological tales, or could they have been based on real technology that was lost to time? Let's examine the evidence. The ancient texts describe these flying palaces in incredible detail. There was the elephant vimana with multiple engines, others shaped like birds and animals, and one mysterious craft that could become completely invisible. One vimana was described as sphere-shaped, powered by mercury, and capable of generating rays like the sun while making sounds like thunder. Here's what's truly astounding. The ancient manuals described 32 secrets that pilots needed to master, covering aircraft structure, takeoff procedures, navigation, and even combat maneuvers. They detailed flight paths, pilot training, recommended clothing for aviators, and suitable food for long journeys. The texts even specify heat-absorbing metals and their melting points. Now, skeptics might dismiss this as pure fantasy, but think about this. Why would ancient writers go into such technical detail for a mere story? The level of precision suggests something far more significant than mythological fiction. But ancient India's innovations weren't limited to the skies. In the 6th century before the Common Era, a physician named Sushruta was performing surgical procedures that wouldn't be matched in the Western world for over 1,000 years. Here's something incredible. His method of rhinoplasty, taking skin from the forehead to reconstruct the nose, is still used by plastic surgeons today. But back then, these procedures served a different purpose than modern cosmetic surgery. They helped people who had lost their noses as punishment for crimes or in battles. Now let me tell you about an invention so fundamental that without it, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. I'm talking about the concept of zero, invented by an ancient Indian mathematician in the 5th century of the Common Era. This might not seem revolutionary to us today, but without zero, we would have no binary system, no computers, no digital technology whatsoever. Before this breakthrough, civilizations could only think of some sort of sign to indicate nothing. This invention made addition, subtraction, and all mathematical operations infinitely easier. You can actually see the oldest carved zero in existence on the wall of a temple in Gwalior, India, a silent testament to one of humanity's greatest intellectual achievements. Let's travel back even further, to 1,500 years before the Common Era. The Indus Valley civilization was already using rulers with astounding accuracy. Made from ivory, these measuring tools were discovered during excavations in present-day Pakistan and northwestern India. But here's what will amaze you about their precision. These rulers had units corresponding to slightly over 1 inch, marked with subdivisions accurate to within 5/1000ths of an inch. Even with modern technology, this level of precision is impressive. These ancient engineers also invented something we take for granted every single day: standardization. 4,000 years ago, Indus Valley merchants were using standardized weights with both decimal and binary mathematical systems. Their standardization methods spread to Persia and Central Asia, essentially becoming the global standard for weights and measures. Here's a practice that has conquered the modern world, but its roots stretch back over 5,000 years. Yoga. First mentioned in the Vedas during the Indus-Saraswati civilization in northern India, yoga was refined over centuries into a massive teaching system with over 200 sacred writings. What started as a spiritual practice became a complete body rejuvenation and life-extending system. The poses you might be doing on your mat today have been perfected by practitioners for millennia. Yoga only reached the Western world in the 19th century, but it caught on like wildfire, and now you know why. Every chess master owes a debt to ancient India, because chess itself originated there over 3,000 years ago. The ancestor was called Chaturanga, a strategic board game played by 4 people, not 2, on a board of 64 squares. Each player controlled 8 pieces ranging from pawns to kings, and instead of our standard dice, they used an oblong die. Here's something fascinating. Players sitting opposite each other were actually allies, forming teams based on their seating direction. The strategic thinking required for this ancient game helped develop the intellectual foundations of military tactics and strategic planning. The word shampoo comes from the Hindi word meaning to soothe or to massage. Invented in India in 1762, the first shampoo was made from natural oils and herbs and was originally used for head massages. British traders fell in love with this innovation and brought it back to England, where it eventually evolved into the hair cleansing products we use today. And that comfortable cotton shirt you're wearing? Thank ancient India for that too. While ancient Greeks wore animal skins, Indians began cultivating cotton in the 5th and 4th centuries before the Common Era. Their cotton fabrics became hugely popular in the Mediterranean and beyond. Even those buttons on your clothes trace back to the Indus Valley civilization 5,000 years ago, where artisans cut seashells into geometric shapes with tiny holes, first as decorations, then as practical fasteners for clothing. When you think about radio communication pioneers, Marconi usually gets all the credit. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1909 for his groundbreaking radio work. But there's an unsung hero whose story will astound you. Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. In 1895, Bose demonstrated radio communication by shooting electromagnetic waves across 75 feet at a town hall in Kolkata. These waves traveled through walls, rang a bell, and even set off gunpowder. Marconi actually used Bose's invention, the mercury coherer, as the blueprint for his own two-way radio system. Sadly, because Bose didn't patent his brilliant creation, he only received proper credit a century later. This reminds us that history is often written by those who claim credit, not necessarily those who deserve it. Now let's journey to Egypt, where recent discoveries near King Tutankhamun's tomb have revealed something extraordinary. Scientists discovered about a dozen wooden coffins that have been there for around 3,600 years, along with beautifully crafted jewelry, copper mirrors, and artifacts that give us incredible insights into ancient Egyptian life. But here's where the story gets truly mysterious. For decades, people believed in the curse of the pharaohs because several excavators who discovered Tut's tomb in 1922 died under mysterious circumstances. Recent scientific analysis reveals a shocking truth. It wasn't a supernatural curse at all, but deadly radiation. Toxic levels of uranium and hazardous materials have been lurking inside these tombs since they were sealed over 3,000 years ago. The burial chambers reportedly contain radiation levels so high that anyone entering could develop fatal radiation sickness. This isn't limited to Tutankhamun's tomb. Geiger counters have detected dangerous radiation at sites near the Giza pyramids and in underground tombs at Saqqara. The ancient builders may have been aware of these dangers, as ominous warnings were carved into tomb walls. They that break this tomb shall meet their end by a malady that no doctor can diagnose. Fellow history hunters, the discoveries don't stop in ancient times. Modern technology is revolutionizing archaeology in ways that would seem magical to ancient civilizations. Using high-tech laser scanning called LiDAR, researchers recently uncovered an entire lost civilization in the Amazon rainforest, complete with thousands of structures, road networks, canals, and houses, all hidden beneath dense jungle for 2,500 years. Artificial intelligence is now helping us decode ancient texts that were thought unreadable forever. The Herculaneum scrolls, discovered near Pompeii in 1752, were so badly damaged they seemed impossible to decipher. But AI analysis has finally revealed their secrets, showing they were written by a philosopher who valued life's pleasures like music and food. Even satellite imagery is uncovering lost worlds. Archaeologists discovered 400 mysterious stone gates scattered across Saudi Arabian deserts, and an entire hidden Maya city in Mexico that was about the size of Edinburgh. Let's end our journey with one of history's greatest mysteries, Stonehenge. After more than a century of research, scientists have made an astounding discovery about that massive altar stone in the center. It came all the way from Scotland. Think about this incredible feat. This sandstone block weighs over 6 tons, and the people who built Stonehenge more than 4,000 years ago moved it over 466 miles without wheels or modern machinery. Recent theories suggest they used boats to transport it along coastlines and rivers, then dragged it overland using wooden sleds, ropes, and tremendous teamwork. This discovery reminds us that our ancestors were capable of achievements that still challenge our understanding today. History hunters, what we've explored today represents just a tiny fraction of humanity's incredible story. From flying machines in ancient India to radiation-protected tombs in Egypt, from mathematical innovations that power our computers to surgical techniques still used by doctors today, our ancestors were far more advanced than most people realize. The most exciting part? New discoveries are being made every single day. Archaeologists are still finding lost cities, scientists are still decoding ancient texts, and researchers are still uncovering technologies that challenge everything we thought we knew about the past. What do you think about these incredible discoveries? Which ancient innovation amazed you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love discussing these mysteries with fellow time travelers. Don't forget to subscribe to S Historia for more mind-blowing historical revelations, and ring that notification bell so you never miss our latest archaeological adventures. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep unlocking the secrets of our amazing